What is a blended family? That's like the million-dollar question. Typically, American culture refers to the Brady Bunch, that show from the 1970s. And unfortunately, that's definitely not realistic of what goes on in blended families. In the Brady Bunch, we didn't see the other partners, we didn't see the divorced spouses, we didn't see the conversations about, going to mom or dad for the weekends. We didn't see how holidays are kind of shared with the other family. We didn't see any of that.
An example of a blended family, you can have a parent that marries or comes into a relationship with another person who maybe has no children, and the parent has one child or two children, and they come together. Or you can have, and the couple, the mother may have a child that she brings into the relationship and into the home, and the father, the male in the family, may bring a child as well.
Another example of blended families would be where there is children that just visit on the weekends, and that can also be considered, your blended family as well.
There's many different examples. Usually one parent either has a child or doesn't, but a blended family is when children come from maybe previous relationship and one of their parents does not live in the home.
Right now, in our day and age in the United States, blended families are considered the norm. Over 51% of all marriages end in divorce, and the majority of those divorced marriages, they seek to remarry. When people are entering a second marriage, they feel that they're older and that they're wiser and that they've learned a lot of mistakes from their first marriage. When statistics actually show second marriages are a lot more difficult, a lot more challenging, a lot more trying.
In blended families, usually, initially, when they come together, there's sometimes conflict, there's kind of getting to know each other and getting to know what's allowed and what's not allowed, boundaries, kind of learning where the limits are.
Statistics also show the reason why second marriages end is because of the children. The children are an incredible source of conflict on so many ways. Quite often, one parent has a certain ideas or certain ways of living and certain ways of being, and another parent might not necessarily buy into those ideas. So you have these power struggles. You have, two parents trying to parent a biological child and now a step-parent, and it kind of plays out in different ways.
Parents that get together, maybe a couple that get together and they have a very good relationship, but they're bringing children into the home where the child may feel, some discomfort in having a new person, a new disciplinarian in the home, someone that they're not used to, and that's challenging. And also for the step-parent, it may also be challenging because they are maybe trying to bond.
So if a child is used to being with mom for, a few years, and then all of a sudden she or he has to share mom with a whole new man. So there's that element to compete for energy, to compete for love, to compete with time. And so you might see that child acting out in different ways. The child might start doing poorly in school. That child might start to be aggressive verbally. That child might start to be aggressive physically. That child might start to act out on their stepbrothers or stepsisters.
Sometimes with step-siblings, children may feel that there's no connection because they're not their biological siblings, and they may feel conflict or preferential treatment from one of the parents, and that sometimes causes conflict.
It actually takes 5 years for a blended family to really kind of, unite. There's lots of growing pains that they have to go through. There's lots of trial and error that gets played out on all sides and within all levels. From my professional experience, what I've noticed is the most challenging thing is for families really to find their place together and create a foundation that fits and represents their own personal lives, their struggles, their culture, their identity, religion, things as small as diet in terms of what's in the refrigerator for food, discipline, and everyday lifestyle issues.
And, there comes a stage, hopefully, that there is an acceptance stage where the families settle in and they get used to each other and they are able to function in a way that's productive for everyone involved.
A second marriage offers a lot of hope. It offers a lot of excitement. There's a lot of energy that goes into maintaining it, sustaining it. So there's all this energy and excitement about making this work. If you're willing to go through with it, I think part of what might need to take place is to consult with a guidance counselor or a mental health professional to figure out how to kind of resolve some of these conflicts, how to resolve some of these issues, how to kind of get on the same page, and how the child can try to feel understood.
Open discussion of feelings is very important, giving the child or the teenager or the adult the forum to be able to discuss their feelings. Planning is very important. Planning in terms of what you plan to do as an adult with your partner, with your child. Discussing as a couple what are the things that you would like to happen. Patience is very important. Having patience with each other as a couple, having patience with the child, that's very important. And positive attitudes, just being positive, just, trying to make sure that everyone in the family knows that you want to be in the family, that you want to make it work, that you are feeling good about it, about the change, about coming together.
It's about trying to have two people come together, be heard, be listened to, and also to remain connected, to remain bonded for the two of you, but also for the family and for the children involved and whoever else is part of that family.